Hey guys, I'm Allie. I'm from Nova Scotia, Canada, and it's super windy here today. It sounds like it's crazy. It's like 100. It's supposed to go up to 180 miles per hour, I think, or kilometers an hour. Anyway, so let's talk about follow-ups today, because I know for like my team, a lot of people have questions about following up and when to follow up and how to follow up and who to follow up with and should they follow up. So let's talk about that. First and foremost, you need to know that by following up with somebody, you're not bugging them. And so many people think that. They're like, I don't want to bug them. I'm like, okay, if you're following up, you're not bugging people. You're showing that you actually want to help them. You're not just after a sale. You're showing that you're professional and that you care about and believe in what you have to offer. So it's our job to follow up, because 9 times out of 10, somebody's going to say no or ghost you, and then when the time is right, they will come back around. But if you're not following up, some other coach will be following up, and you will lose that customer. So just to put it into perspective a little bit, think about when you started and signed up as a coach. Like, how long did you watch your coach before you said, okay, I'm ready, I'm going to jump in? Or how many invites did it take before you actually agreed and said, yeah, like now is the time, I'm ready? You guys, there's so many different reasons that people might not be ready, or people might ghost you, and it's not on you. So it could be maybe they're just not sure what you're even talking about and what your motives are. Maybe they think you are just trying to sell them something, and if you don't follow up, then basically that's what you're trying to do. Or maybe that they're just not sure what you're offering is going to work for them, and they need some more exposures. So many people need like 8 to 9 exposures before they'll actually agree to do something. So that's quite a bit. If you're just sending that one invite and that's it without following up, how are you going to get those more exposures to them? Or maybe they have some objections. Maybe they legit do not have a cent in their bank account right now to buy a challenge pack or whatever you're offering, and maybe they're just a little bit hesitant to share that with you, and they just kind of ghost. So there are different reasons, but I want to tell you a couple different stories personally that might help you realize, like, okay, it's good to follow up, and it's crucial to your business to be following up with your clients. So she might be on this call. If not, she'll probably watch it later. My brand new coach, Caitlin, I'm going to tell you her story, because 2 years ago, we started chatting through social media, and I invited her to a numerous amount of groups. She did 3 free groups of mine throughout the 2 years. I sent her 2 free resources, because before this call, I went back and looked through my conversation with her. I sent her free resources. We chatted back and forth. Like, I genuinely built that relationship with her, and if I saw something she posted, I would comment, and we got to know each other. She actually lives 10 minutes away, which is crazy, because I only met her for the first time last week. So we built that relationship over 2 years, and she was in my free groups. She committed to 3 challenge groups. She said 3 different times, yes, I'm ready to do this group. Send me the link. Like, how many of us have heard that before? Like, send me the link. And then you don't hear from them again. And that happened to me with Caitlin 3 times. She's like, yep, I'm ready this time. I'm doing it. And I was like, okay, send her the link. And she never completed it. And if I had just left it at that, she probably would have ended up signing up with another coach down the road. But what happened was, a month ago, it was October, I was doing my nutrition, my group, To Be Mindset, and she's like, okay, I'm ready, send me the link. And I was like, okie dokie. You know, half thinking like, yeah, we've been there before, done this, but I was just as excited to get her started. And she completed the link, and it was like a few days into it, she's like, I am so excited. I love this. How come it took so long for me to sign up and do this group? She fell in love. And at week 2 of her doing the To Be Mindset, she's posting in the group saying how much she loves the encouragement and being a part of this. I'm like, girl, like, you would love coaching. If you love this, it's like this times 100. And then I followed up with her after that in a private message and said, Caitlin, like, I was 100% serious in that comment in the group, and you should totally do this with me. And she's like, yes, I need to do this. Like, I love this. And she signed up, and in 3 days, she was an Emerald Coach, Success Club 4, like, all in, loving everything about what we have to offer. So you guys, that was 2 years of follow-ups and building on the relationship. So you can't just stop at that initial, like, someone ghosts you. Or maybe, like, you think about this. If someone doesn't reply, think about all those times that you've been busy and that a message opened up and you look at it and then you put your phone away because something happens. Or like for me, all the time, I'll be like going through my messages. Then my son will be like, come wipe my bum, right? Like the moms know, like you got to get up and go wipe the bum. You can't just let them sit there. So you do that and then you go back and you totally forget about that message. So that happens. You have to realize that people live busy lives. It's not on you if someone doesn't reply, but it is on you if you don't follow up with them. So, I'll give you some examples of what I do when they ghost, but I always want to say, like, your goal of following up is not to bug them or be weird and just be like, hey, how you doing? Like whenever I get that message from people, it's like, hey, Allie, how are you? I'm just like, get to it. What do you want? So in your follow-up, ask them a question or give a free resource, but do something that builds on the relationship. So, for example, if someone just ghosts on you send them an invite, and when I say ghost, that just means like they didn't reply. So if you send someone a message inviting them to your challenge group and they don't reply at all, you could simply ask them, send them another message a couple days later and just be like, hey, so-and-so, I saw that you got the message, but I know life gets busy. I always miss messages, so I just wanted to check back in to see if you got it, ? End in a question so that they feel like they should reply. If you don't end in a question, a lot of times they won't reply. But at least you're ending in a question and you open that conversation back up. If they don't reply still, you could even send them something for free. Send them a free resource that you have. Or if there's somebody, for instance, that is interested in your challenge group, you've been talking, you send them the link like I was just talking about, and then boom, they ghost. And you're just like, what happened to them? They were all excited to do this group, and now where did they go? Send them the message. And this always works for me. If they're not responding, I will say, I'll use the name Kelly. I always use the name Kelly when I'm using it. I say, hey Kelly, hey Kelly, I'm just touching base because I know how super interested you were in doing this group, and I know sometimes timing's not right, and I'm setting the group up, and I don't want to leave you out if you're still interested in doing this. Can you let me know either way? ? That's it. So you're giving them a bit of a way out by saying, like, I know life gets busy and maybe it's not the right time for you, but then you're asking, can you just let me know either way? So it's not like, hey, are you interested? Are you interested? It's just like, talk like a normal person. Don't be a robot. But 9 times out of 10, they will respond to that message when I use that message. And then after, if they're really not interested, send them something. People will remember how you make them feel, not what you say. So there's a free Joel live workout, the Lift 4 workout. I use that all the time. Send them the link. If they're like, no, or they even just go say, hey, I know you wanted to, whatever. Maybe they told you they want to lose 10 pounds, or they just want to get a little bit more fit. Whatever it is, say, hey, I know you wanted to lose 10 pounds. Maybe it's not right, this challenge group timing for you, but I'm going to send you this little free workout. Try it at home. I hope you like it, and I'll check in with you after and see if you had any questions about it. But then you got to follow up and actually check in. So that is showing that you care. Now let's talk about timing of follow-ups a little bit. It depends on the conversation. And I have coaches ask me, like, do I follow up every 2 days? Do I follow up every 3 days? And there's no right or wrong answer. If you have a group starting on Monday and today is Wednesday, yeah, I would be following up every day until you get a no. Like, no, I'm not going to do it. But check in. Check in with them until you get a response, because that's like time sensitive. It's starting Monday. You don't want to leave them out, and make it sound like that too. Like you don't want to, not like I need to know for me. Like I don't want you to leave you out because I know you wanted to do this, right? So it sounds like it's what they wanted to do, and you don't want to leave them out of that. If it's something like maybe someone tells you that they're having a baby, or they just the timing's not right because they started a new job or they're moving, whatever it is, make sure you keep track of that. And you need to have a good tracking system. I should have said that from the beginning. I'm not going to get into tracking systems because there's many different ones. And to tell you the truth, I'm not the best at tracking systems. I've just started. Well, it was probably about 6 months ago I started using Streak, and it's working great, and that's what I use, and it works well for me. But use whatever works well for you. I'm not going to tell you which one works better. But you need to keep track of those conversations. So you put them into your database, your Streak or whatever. And I know on Streak, you can click the little follow up. There's a button that says follow up, and you can select the date for it to send you a reminder to send the follow up. So if someone is having a baby or starting a new job, send a follow up so that you know what date you can follow up on and invite them to your next free group, or just say congrats on the new baby. I do that all the time. If you know that they're pregnant, put in the follow-up and send that message just to keep building the relationship. That's what the follow-up is all about. It's about building on your relationship, giving them value, answering questions. Because when you do that initial invite, now you're on their radar. So now they're going to be watching you. And if you don't follow up, you'll never know, because you could answer, if they do have an objection, just like maybe they just think, oh, this is not going to work for me. But now you sent that invite and now you're on their radar. Now they're watching your page and they see, oh, wow, like Allie is actually getting really good results. Oh, wow, like she's doing it in 30 minutes. Oh, wow, like I think I could do this. But then another coach reaches out to them and messages them about their group. Who do you think they're going to go to, right? So important to follow up. And timing-wise, like I said, it just depends on where the conversation is going. But it also doesn't always have to be follow-ups on just challenge groups. Like, you're building relationships with people. This is a people business. You need to stay in contact with them. And you do that by asking questions, liking and commenting on their things. So if someone, this also works very well. If someone has ghosted me and they're not replying to my messages, I'll go to their Facebook and I'll like and comment on their stuff. That puts you back on their radar, and they think, oh, wow, like if you said a nice comment, then they're going to realize, oh, crap, I didn't respond to her last message, and then usually they will respond. So go and like and comment on their stuff. There's a little collections tab in Instagram where you can also keep track of people that you've been talking to. You can add them to a collection. So I have one for like challenge group people and one for potential coaches. And then you can go in there and follow up with those people as well. You can also start conversations. There's lots of ways to send yourself reminders and to keep yourself organized so that you know who to follow up with. My last tip, follow up with customers. This is so huge, and I hope you guys listen to this. So my last group was a nutrition group. It was with 2B Mindset, and I had 36 people in that group. 25 of them were past customers that I've already worked with, that I already know, that I've already had a relationship. Only 9 of those people were actually people that joined like that month. So 25 of them were people that, since I've been a coach for just over 3.5 years, that I've been talking to, that I've been building relationships with. And so what I did with my customer list, and you can do this too, super easy, is you download your whole customer list. Because there's customers there. If you have a few people in your downline, when coaches quit, you get their customers. So there's some people I've never actually worked with, but I've been touching base with them because they're in my customer list. And you can send out a big mass email, but it puts their names in Streak, and send out different emails. So maybe one will be like, oh, here's our free Joel workout. Why don't you guys try it out? I've been loving this program. Send them something free. Send them a free e-recipe book that you just made or that someone else made. Send them something, but then also let them know when you have a new group starting up. So that's what I did. I sent them all a message saying, you probably saw me ranting about this program on my social media, but if not, and then I made a little video about my results and stuff and included the link in there. I was like, you got to check this out. My new group is starting. Just reply if you want me to send you some more info. And I had such a good response. And that was all past customers. So don't think that it's all about, okay, I got to get all these new people. If you don't have a huge following, that's okay. There's still a lot of people on your social media, on your Facebook, on your Instagram, that you can be building that relationship with now and following up with. Don't think it all has to be new people. If you have 300 people on your Facebook, that's 300 people that you can build relationships with. And just know that it's not on you, but a lot of times it's just the timing. It's not that you did anything wrong or that you're bugging them. It's just that the timing isn't right for them. Probably 99% of the people on my team have said no to me at least 2 to 3 times. And it's just the timing. And I'll use this quick example. I don't want to go too long. But that movie, A Star is Born, I saw it the other day. And Allie is the girl in it. Nice name. And she worked at the restaurant. So if you saw the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Her boss gave her like hell all the time. She could never do anything right. And then the guy singer, I'm going way off on a tangent, but the guy singer was trying to pursue her. Like, come to my concert tonight. You got to come to my show. She's like, nope, got to go to work, going to work. And no. She said no, right? And then it was that straw that broke the camel's back when the timing was right. And she walked into her work and her boss walked by and looked at her and was like, late again. And she's like, you know what? That's it. I'm ready now. And she took off and she went. And y'all know how the story ended if you saw the movie. It's the same thing. You just never know when the timing is right. And when you do that follow-up, it could just be at the perfect moment where somebody just got on the scale and they're just like, damn, like I put on 10 pounds. And you follow up with that person that afternoon and be like, hey, did you want to do this group? I know you were interested before. And they're like, yes, sign me up. Or you invited that person to coaching and they said no 5 times because they were super happy in their job. But maybe their best friend that worked there just left and now they're miserable. Or maybe they just got a new boss that treats them like garbage. And you send that invite and be like, hey, we're doing a coach sneak peek. I know you said no before, but I think you'd really enjoy this. Do you want to check it out? And they're like, yes, I'm ready. Let's check it out. So keep in mind, it's just about timing, but you need to follow up and always send them something just to show that you care. Ask questions and keep track. Super important to keep track. Okay, I hope that helped. I think I covered everything. I'm just looking. But be sure to follow up with potential clients, but also current clients too. That's a huge market that if you're not keeping in touch with your current customers and building those relationships, you're missing out on a huge chunk of the market. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.